Hey everyone, it's Cherry MC, and today we're talking about something that can be both exciting and stressful: buying a car. We all love that new car smell, that feeling of taking the wheel for the first time. But let's be honest, nobody enjoys the negotiation process. It can be intimidating, confusing, and frankly, most people end up paying way more than they should. You see those salespeople? They're trained in the art of getting you to spend more. But here's the thing. You don't have to be a pushover. You have more power than you think. Over the years, I've learned a thing or two about getting a great deal on a car, and today, I'm going to share my top 4 negotiation tricks that dealerships really don't want you to know. We're going to break down the tactics, the phrases you need to use, and the insider secrets that can save you thousands of dollars. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into the world of car negotiation. Alright, trick number 1 is all about understanding the hierarchy at a dealership. You see that friendly salesperson showing you the car, explaining the features? They're great, but when it comes to serious negotiation, they're not your best bet. They have limited authority and are trained to get you emotionally attached to the car, making you more likely to pay a premium. So, who do you talk to? The manager, the sales manager, the finance manager. These are the folks with the power to approve bigger discounts. They're the decision makers, and they want to move inventory. Now, you don't want to be confrontational, but you do want to be assertive. Here's how you do it. Let's say you're negotiating the price and the salesperson just won't budge. You can politely say, "I appreciate your time, but I'd like to speak with your manager to see if there's any room for adjustment on the pricing." This simple phrase is like magic. It shows you're serious, and it often gets the salesperson scrambling to see if they can get you a better deal themselves. Remember, the salesperson is working on commission, but the manager is looking at the bigger picture. Think about it. The manager would rather sell a car today, even at a slightly lower profit margin, than have it sit on the lot for another month. They have quotas to meet, and they understand the value of a quick sale. Don't be afraid to politely request to speak to a manager. It's your right as a customer, and it could be the difference between a decent deal and a fantastic one. Trust me, this one trick alone can save you thousands. Okay, trick number 2 is all about those sneaky little things dealerships try to slip past you: documentation fees, or doc fees as they're often called. These are essentially junk fees, pure profit for the dealership, and they can add hundreds, even thousands to your final price. Now, dealerships will try to justify these fees by saying they cover the cost of processing paperwork, but let's be real, that's just part of doing business. They have to do the paperwork anyway. It's like going to a restaurant and getting charged a plate washing fee. So how do you combat this? Easy. When you see a documentation fee on the paperwork, don't be afraid to question it. You can say something like, "I see there's a documentation fee here. Can we remove that or lower it?" The key is to be polite but firm. You're not accusing them of anything, you're simply asking for clarification and expressing your desire to minimize unnecessary costs. Some states actually have laws regulating these fees, so it's always good to do a little research beforehand. Now, the dealership might try to push back, saying it's a standard fee or that they can't waive it, but here's the thing, they often can. They might reduce it, or they might magically find other ways to lower the price to compensate. The point is, don't be afraid to challenge these fees. The worst they can say is no, and you'd be surprised how often they'll cave, especially if you've already shown that you're a savvy negotiator. Remember, knowledge is power, and in the world of car buying, that knowledge can save you a lot of money. Chapter 3. Don't fall for the first interest rate offer. Alright, let's talk financing. This is where dealerships really try to make a killing, and it's crucial that you're prepared. Trick number 3 is simple. Never, and I mean never, accept the first interest rate offer they give you. Here's the deal. Dealerships often have agreements with banks and lenders to provide financing, and they make money on the interest rate you pay. They might get you pre-approved for a certain rate, but then try to bump it up, pocketing the difference as profit. So, let's say your credit score qualifies you for a 5% APR loan. The dealership might come back and say, "We can do 7%. That might not seem like a huge difference, but over the life of a 5 or 6 year loan, it can add up to thousands of dollars in extra interest payments. Here's your play. When they give you an interest rate, tell them you're going to shop around. Say something like, "I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to check with my bank or credit union first and see what they can offer me." This is where things get interesting. Most of the time, the dealership doesn't actually want you to go to your bank. They know they can likely beat or match whatever rate you get elsewhere, and they'd rather keep your financing business in-house. So what happens? They magically find a way to lower your interest rate. They might say they talked to their finance manager, or they found a special promotion you qualify for. The point is, you've called their bluff, and they're now scrambling to keep you as a customer. Don't be afraid to negotiate your interest rate. It's one of the biggest factors in the total cost of your car, and a little bit of negotiation can save you a significant amount of money over the life of your loan. Chapter 4. The out-the-door price. Your secret weapon. Alright, we've arrived at the final and arguably most important trick in your car negotiation arsenal, the out-the-door price. This is where you take control and prevent any last-minute surprises. You see, dealerships are notorious for adding on extra fees at the very end of the process. When you're tired, your guard is down, and you just want to sign the paperwork and drive away in your new car. They might hit you with things like advertising fees, pre-delivery inspection fees, or even VIN etching, which is supposed to deter theft but is often just another way to pad their profits. These fees might seem small individually, but they can add up to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That's why it's crucial to know the total cost before you even think about signing anything. So, how do you do it? It's simple. When you're discussing the price with the salesperson or manager, don't just ask, "What's the price of the car?" Instead, ask for the out-the-door price. Say something like, "Can I see the full out-the-door price with a detailed breakdown of all fees?" This is key. By asking for the out-the-door price, you're telling them that you're not going to fall for any hidden fees or last-minute surprises. You're demanding transparency, and it forces them to show you every single charge. Once they provide you with the breakdown, scrutinize it carefully. Ask about any fees you don't understand or that seem unnecessary. Don't be afraid to challenge them on anything. Remember, you're the one in control here. This one simple phrase, out-the-door price, can save you a lot of hassle and potentially thousands of dollars. It's the best way to ensure that you're getting a fair and transparent deal, and it puts you in the driver's seat when it comes to negotiating the final price of your new car. There you have it, folks. 4 powerful negotiation tricks that can save you thousands when buying your next car. Remember, dealerships are businesses, and their goal is to make a profit. But you, as the consumer, have the right to get the best possible deal. Let's recap. Always ask to speak to a manager for serious negotiations. Challenge those bogus documentation fees. Never accept the first interest rate offer. And always ask for the out-the-door price with a full breakdown of all fees. These simple tactics can make a world of difference in your car buying experience. So, the next time you step foot in a dealership, remember these tips. Be confident, be informed, and don't be afraid to negotiate. You'll be amazed at how much money you can save when you know how to play the game. Happy car hunting, everyone. And there you have it. 4 powerful tricks that can save you thousands before financing your car. Let's recap. Speak to a manager, not just the salesperson. Challenge documentation fees. Don't accept the first interest rate offer. Ask for the out-the-door price with a full breakdown. Have you ever been hit with hidden fees or high interest rates? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experience. And if you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more money-saving car tips, and I'll see you in the next video.